Hi everybody, it's Amalia, and I'm here today with the Oh So Inspired collab. For the month of October, we're inspired by our collaboration team colleague, Carmen at Choose Joy with Carmen on Instagram. Here's the project that I was inspired by. I really like the watercolor flower, and I like the arrangement of the pattern paper in the background. I purchased the Simon Says Stamptember collaboration with Tim Holtz, and it was the kit for the festive workshop that they had recently, and it came with chock full of tons of supplies. And so I'm using some of these supplies and having some fun creating some backgrounds. Now I'm going to play with the watercolor pencils that came with the kit. This is set number 6, and I picked it out because I like the greens in it, and I wanted to use the pink as well. One of the ways to use these pencils is to dip it in water, and that activates the pigment. And then I'm going to scribble it all over my acrylic block. I need to dip it a couple of times in the water, and I'm using a couple of different types of greens, and then I'll smush it onto the paper. Now it's a big block, so it took a bit of time to get it all covered with my green. Then I spritz it with a little bit more water because it was starting to dry out already, and I'm just smushing it really quick onto my paper. Smush it a couple of times and then clean off my block. Now I'm adding some pink to my block. I'm dipping it in water to activate the pigment, and I'm scribbling it all over my block, and I'm going to be adding some pink to the paper. Could wait till the paper dried with the previous color, but I decided not to, and I have no regrets because it dried perfectly. You see those lines, those are called dendritic lines, and that just happens when you push paint or pigment onto paper. Those dry softly. All those little specks dry softly as well. You don't see any of that, and it's a perfect combination of that light pink and that light green when it finally dries. I'm giving it another try with the Distress Spritz in Hickory Smoke. I didn't like those big blotches on my first attempt, so I just kind of quickly sprayed and moved my hand quickly over the paper to create a really nice really nice sheen. My paper is still not dry, but I have all the faith that it's going to dry perfectly well, and you'll see in a minute. These are all the backgrounds that I made, and I love the sheen on that second try with the Distress Spritz. Once my backgrounds were all dry, I used a 2.5-inch circle punch to create the focal point for my card. And that'll serve as my background for all the poinsettias and the leaves and twigs and sprigs that I'll be using to decorate this focal point. Now, as you can see, I didn't use the exact pattern that Carmen used on her card, but I used what worked for me, and I love the way this came out. I'm picking a sentiment, and I'm trying to figure out placement at this point, and I'll show you my finished projects at the end. I'm not done yet, but don't forget at the end of this video to check out the playlist in the description below. The paper I use is from Crepe Paper. It's called Bundled Up, and I like the color palette of it, and I think it worked well with the watercolor style of the ephemera that I created. I like the way this came out a lot. I think I have my Christmas cards for this year, and I hope you enjoyed these cards. If you did, please click thumbs up, and please leave a comment below because I love hearing from you. Here's some of the other products that I used. This is Festive Watercolor. This is the stamp set, and it came with the dies as well. And also I used the sentiment set called Festive Sentiments and dies that came with that as well. These are no longer available in the kit, but you can buy them individually at Simon Says Stamp. I appreciate you. Please leave a comment below, and thanks so much for stopping by. Bye!